friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back Amanda!
Thank you.
You've all seen us doing really silly videos
Because we're idiots.
but today, for the first time in forever, we're coming at you with a serious video because we both have
Experience
with
friends.
So today we're going to talk about that, and just to remind you that it's a new year, it's a new decade, and the only thing new that you need is not a new you, but friends who treat you well and who really deserve your time.
And if you have good friends, then you can watch this and learn to be an even better friend.
We still have a lot to learn,
Yeah.
and we're gonna talk about that as well. Let's get into it.
We have a list of questions here on my crusty phone. What is real friendship to you?
I think for me, friendship is trust and honesty.
I was waiting for this.
Every single relationship in your life, friendship, romantic relationship, relationship with your siblings, your parents, anyone, is just gonna be better if you're honest.
Being honest with your friends can also really help your relationship with yourself.
Absolutely. So that, and just letting your friends be who they are, that's really important to me, because you're not gonna be the same person forever. And I've had people in my life who have thought I'm gonna stay the same forever, and that's so toxic, especially for a person like me who loves change. What about you? What is friendship, true friendship to you?
We chose really like casual questions for this.
I know!
I mean, other than what you said, this might sound a bit weird, but it also makes sense. I think friendship is like, ultimately, I think it's a choice. Like you don't choose who you get along with, but you choose to work on a friendship with someone. You choose to like work through differences, or well, like in our, like we're really similar, but feel like the more time we spend with each other, the more we find how different we are.
Yeah.
Because initially we were like, oh my god, we're the same person. What's going on? And now we're like,
oh wow,
we're not the same person at all.
Another thing, being different but still coming along.
Like being okay with it, but also being okay with similarities.
Oh yeah.
There are some people who are like, if someone has this exact same trait as me, then I cannot be friends with them.
We're people, like yes, we're different, but in some ways we're not like special snowflakes, you know?
We're not.
I think every snowflake, they share something.
They share qualities. That doesn't mean it's the same snowflake.
Wow, we're getting deep already, and this is the first question.
It's a choice to like, you know, like accept that person and accept the situation and its work. Because you can't just be like, I like this person, and then just be like, okay, we're friends now, and then not do anything about
Yes, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna be a friendship. Also, it shouldn't be too much work.
By work, I mean like,
we live actually in different countries right now.
We have for like the past year and a half-ish, which is wild. We're horrible at like Skyping and texting
keeping
and
contact.
stuff.
Like we do text.
We text more when I'm here.
True. We still have to work on that, but we both know it, and we're being like, yes, that's fine.
Let's try. We'll write a letter once.
You still have to do work, but it shouldn't feel like too much work and too much pressure.
Friendship is just like a way to help you get through your life. It's just another type of like life partner.
Oh, also, the friendship should be a two-way friendship. So it's not like one is like therapizing the other one.
Yes. When did you realize you have found true friends?
This took me a long time, a long time. There has been so much people in my life that trusting people has been really difficult. And actually in the past maybe 3-4 years, I've started to really trust people. It's not too long ago. I've had real friends, true friends in my life for the past 8 years, 10 years probably. But it took me such a long time to realize that they're not gonna run away like a lot of other people that but yeah, let's talk about that later. What about you?
It's kind of a weird question for me, because my oldest friend, I've known him since I was 5 years old. We never really had a falling out or anything, and even when I had like in school, in like primary and middle school, I was a bit of a floater. Or then I always had like 2 or 3 friends, and I was in an international school, which meant I had like horrible luck where I'd like make friends with the kid who's there for a year and then left. And you're a kid, and especially when you're like a teenager, you're like, oh my god, this reflects on my self-worth, obviously. But like through that, I've made a few friends, and especially this one who I met when I was like 5, so like I always have this friend. There's always been like at least that one friend or like a few friends who I've always had, but whether I realized that, like, whether like truly sunk into my head rather than them just being a presence in my life. I think sometime like halfway through high school, probably actually when like we started like
I think
actively
so.
hanging out, because we both had a really good like high school experience. I think.
I've never really had like in school, I've never had like my group and like the people I always hang out with. So when I met you and we started hanging out, I didn't have a group. I had someone to hang out with. Well, I just really quickly realized that, wow, we're really similar. This is awesome. So like when you realize that you can be fully yourself and you don't have to hide anything, and at some point you realize, oh wow, I can't hide anything because I don't want to, and like that's when you really like that. To me is like
that was like the thing for you.
Yeah,
I'm a very like security oriented person. I do like having a group, or like at least a few small sets of groups. And I remember for the first like half a year of high school, which is probably for everyone in a new school, it's like you feel like everyone else has a friend group and a clique immediately. And I remember I made like a few friends right in the first week, but then they started going into their own groups and I was like, oh no. One of them had gone into this other friend group, and through her I just kind of followed her into that friend group.
I see.
And then that ended up, I'm not like close with a lot of them anymore, but I remember through that, because I started actively hanging out with these people and like texting them and, you know, send memes and whatever, follow each other on Tumblr, whatever we did in high school. Finding that security and finding a space where I was accepted as like the full person that I am, but also encouraged to grow as a person.
Absolutely.
People who allow me to grow out of my comfort zone without rejecting that are amazing. And it's even better when people encourage it without rejecting the person you are currently.
True friends don't like mock your passions and things you like, and if you like new things, they accept that and they just take that, but they don't think, oh, you're not this person anymore. You're still the same person to them. There is just more.
You're just more developed. You're growing all the time as a person. It's like you're still you, but you're growing and you're, you know, moving on with your life and you're not staying stuck in some time period.
Oh, I love when my friends tell me, yes, go girl, you do that, like go for it and everything. That's when you know you have true friends. Yeah. They accept you as you are, but they also are not rejecting your like growth.
There is a level of patience to it. It's kind of like it's like a mix between patience and impatience with your own BS. There's a difference between just like not accepting someone's flaws at all and letting problematic behaviors in a friend slide. It's important to call out your friends.
Yeah,
you're be honest. They tell you if you're being they tell you if you're hurting them somehow, even if you don't mean to, or then they'll be like, hey, like, I'm worried about you. I'm worried that this behavior that you're doing might be hurting you. Does kind of reflect what kind of a friend you are, but also reflects your relationship with yourself, which ties in with what kind of a friend you are, but that's another video. I feel like my answer was super abstract.
Yeah, same.
I realized that we can either be like really aggressively like head empty or really aggressively like love yourself.
Okay. Next question.
The polar opposite of that is, when did you realize you have fake friends or bad friends, and what made you see this? So what was the behavior that you caught on to? I've often realized after the fact. Okay, well, for anyone who's into the Enneagram, hi, I'm a type 6.
And I'm a type 3.
I stick around people for the sake of sticking around them because I find a sense of like security in having this person in my life actively, especially because I'm used to having like childhood friends and things like that, people I've known for a long time, and because that was my reality as a kid, having at least that one best friend who was with me constantly, that kind of became the template for me.
Like for me, it's the total opposite. I don't know anyone I was friends with when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
But yeah, like because of that, I've always kind of like realized after the fact. I think the only times I've like realized is when someone has specifically criticized me of something that I love. A big similarity with us is we're both like incredibly like, passionate people. When we love something, we will like talk about it and like endlessly, no matter what it is. So an example would be in middle school, I was the biggest My Little Pony fan you've ever seen. I had like maybe like 2 close friends then. All my other friends were online, and like it was kind of, I was like accepting myself. It was just a show that brought me a lot of joy then. There was someone who I'd been friends with for like a year and a half and like started making fun of me for it, and I was just like, you know what, like I don't have time for this. I mean, I did a problematic thing and like called her out. I think that's a big one for me, because if someone doesn't accept me as this person who loves a bunch of things, which a lot of them are like really silly things, then I'm sorry, you cannot be in my life.
I left all of my fake friends when I moved to like middle school. Even in elementary school, I realized that these people are not gonna be my friends. I've known them for a long time, but I don't want them in my life. I was really heavily bullied when I was 11 and 12, and I got obsessed with Taylor Swift. And I listened to her songs and interviews, and it helped me so much to hear that she had been bullied as well. And I actually felt like she really understood me, which is really common. I just kind of took her as a friend in a way. And then I met one of my best friends who I had met online, and then I met them that year, and suddenly I started feeling like, wow, I'm really happy around this person and these friends. And it was just,
it's like you're allowed to be happy around that person. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm sorry that I'm like enjoying myself and being happy, okay, I'll just hide out. Like,
because I had a friend who was really jealous of a lot of things and like tried to keep me just for themselves. And
I hate that. Oh,
it makes me so uncomfortable. And when I changed schools, I just left them all behind.
Oh no, yeah, people who try and keep you to yourself. Oh no. My god,
I can't. That's just something I cannot handle. I won't take it. I will literally. It's like when you're holding a bird. They're just kind of flapping their wings and trying to be like, oh, leave me. If you love me, let me go.
I had that. It was this girl who was with me throughout like 2nd grade to 9th grade, so like all of primary and middle school. Kind of sad thing is that it started out as like a really close friendship.
Yeah, same happened to me. Yeah.
She was kind of like the new kid in our class, and then we became close, but then I got other friends because I'm a really extroverted person and I love having people around. I guess I never got to like sit down and have a mature conversation about this with her. My impression of it was that she got like really jealous and possessive of me. That like completely changed her in my eyes. Like I couldn't see this person as my friend anymore. If you have a friend and you're like really like jealous of them, talk to them about it. And if it doesn't get resolved, just don't be friends, because it's a better situation for everyone. I have a point. I have another point.
I'm sorry we opened the window because it's really, really warm in here.
We're getting really worked up about that. How long did you stick around / tolerate their BS, and would you take it now?
Well, like I told before, I left all the really toxic people in like primary school. Well, the person who was really kind of jealous of me and tried to keep me in her hands, we were still kind of friends after that, but I was just trying to distance myself. Around then, I'm just like, no.
Would you take it now?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I haven't taken any of that in years, so I wouldn't take that now. I know my worth. And I know what true friendship is, and I wouldn't tolerate any of that BS anymore. Yeah, that's my answer.
For me, I realized like it's either in like the moment that I cut off or something like that, or then I realize a bit before and I kind of try and talk myself out of it. I absolutely would not take someone making fun of what I like for. With more like recent friend losses I've had, but just because they are like more recent friend losses and more recent discoveries in my life about myself, I think I am more likely to take it again, because I haven't had time to really like settle into that in myself. But ultimately, like, no. And
I think a lot of my friends, if I tell them about situations like that, they give me advice and they be like, no, you can't take that anymore. It's just...
And you say that as well.
Yeah.
Everyone, block them. The block button is incredible.
Also mute button.
Yeah, something that's just the most like beautiful thing. It doesn't matter who you follow.
Absolutely.
On social media, oh my god. Even if you are friends with that person, if something about what they're posting is making you feel uncomfortable, you can mute them. You can
block them.
Yes, straight up, if you don't want them in your life, just block them. It is just social media. You're not going to see that person actively on your social media or anything.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to just like close the door.
Yeah.
Closing the goddamn door. Yes. And it always doesn't mean that you don't care about that person. But everything that someone posts, if it hurts you in any way, if it makes you feel uncomfortable anyway, you can mute, you can unfollow, you can block. It doesn't have to be about the person. There's people in my life, it's not about the person, but it's about the things they post that I cannot see because it's not good for my mind.
For example, I've only seen one of your Disney vlogs. I used to get the worst FOMO, so like fear of missing out from Disney vlogs, especially like watching my best friend at Disney when I wasn't there. It was like a double whammy for me.
Friends who tell me, I'm sorry I don't follow your YouTube channel. You don't have to. You don't have to be interested in everything I post. Oh, yes. It's okay. It's fine. I don't care. Because friendships are more than social media.
Yes. And like online friendships that are built in social media. I have lots of friends who I only communicate with them on Twitter. But that doesn't mean I have to follow every single thing they do on Twitter.
No.
Oh my god, I would go crazy.
Oh my god. Next question.
Beautiful harmony. I feel like we've kind of already answered this, but how did you detach yourself from that situation?
This is not probably what you should do. But what I kind of do is ghost them. See, I'm not a perfect friend. I'm not a perfect person, but if I don't remember to reply to your message, it's not because I don't want to be your friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that situation, you just kind of back off. I back off. I do reply to them, but it's not like very enthusiastic, or like I'm not really like asking questions again or that kind of stuff. And I just hope they get the message.
Yeah.
I think I do that differently now, but I was about 13 then.
Yeah.
The only way I had gotten rid of friends that treated me really badly and were toxic, I was just like, boys.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I would definitely talk to them about this and like tell them, yeah, be honest. I wouldn't be as I used to be, just ghosting them. I definitely do it in a bit of a more mature way.
I mean, to be honest, I haven't been the one to detach a friendship many times.
We've basically experienced the opposites.
I have been ghosted many times in my life. I never found out why for most of them. All except for like one person. I can guess why now, but like, I don't know. It could be that I've had some sort of problematic behavior, but I've never found out from that person in general. So it's just like a huge question mark over my head. Like, did I do something wrong?
I've been there once.
It makes you question yourself as a friend a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, I got an answer and I realized it. We had just kind of grown and
went apart.
Yeah.
It happens.
For a while, I was like, are we okay? I really appreciated that that person was really honest with me again.
Oh no, it's really nice when someone just kind of tells you. It's really hard to hear.
It is.
That like the reason, like if you're the reason that something has gone sour, but ultimately it's good to hear it.
Harder to just wonder.
Oh my god, it's worse to just have this question mark over your head for years. It's awful. But yeah, like the times that I have done it, it's been a bit not the best way probably. I felt like I had to do it in an all or nothing sense, so I had like, it would be in a situation where I'd like finally had it and I'd like riled myself up, and it's kind of like the equivalent of like slamming a door in someone's face, which it's not great probably. If I had like an issue with a really close friend, I'd be like, hey, can we talk about it? It would take me a while. I'd like send a text in like the middle of the night and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm roasting myself in this video.
Yeah. But yeah, we realized that we didn't say the most important thing. We just don't make friends who are
toxic. It's kind of hard to like put myself into that situation as the person I am now.
Yeah. Like, I don't need to do it. When you make friends, you don't know, are they going to be good friends? But you just kind of have to take the risk. It's not necessarily love at first sight, but there is something.
Yeah.
You just, for me it feels like that. Like with you, I just felt really, I mean, I thought you hated me at first, but that was just because we're doing math. So that's fine.
I thought you were like too cool for me. Okay.
Last question, and the tea is coming right up.
In what ways have you been a bad friend?
And am still bad friend, you know? Like, it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. And just in general, in the past, in recent events, currently.
Well, I've always been really bad at replying back to people, and I still am. You can even see it on YouTube and Instagram when people comment on my stuff.
A few
Weeks later. Thank you! I think that's like my number one main. I'm just really bad at replying back, and I can be quite cold sometimes.
Like, you say you're cold a lot, but I think
I mean more like distant.
yeah, and then you take that as you being cold, when in fact you're just like not communicating that something's up and you need distance.
Virgo! Oof, is the most important word
in the English language.
Yes.
Before because of like being like an insecure teenager, what I did was I messed up a few good friendships myself just by projecting my own insecurities onto these people, and any similarity they had for that, I'd be convinced that I hated it or something like that.
Oh.
So two friendships specifically that, and one of them was like an online friend. Both of these people, I think about a year after I did the initial messing up when I was like 14 or 15, I messaged them both being like, hey, I know you probably don't want to hear from me, but I just want to say I'm sorry. And then I opened a little bit about, I didn't try to give an excuse. I was just kind of like, this was going on and I'm really sorry I hurt you. And both of them were kind of like, you know, thanks for telling me, we're good now. But we're good now does not mean you are friends again. But yeah, so I did that a lot before. I've had this happen to me, and I've done it to I've had a friend be my therapist. Ooh, not good. I've also been someone's like therapist friend, which is just not good, guys.
It's not good for you, it's not good for them.
Not only does that person ultimately end up feeling like they can't say anything, you don't learn how to cope with your feelings without talking to that person. It's incredibly unhealthy for everyone involved. If I'm sitting here calmly, I wouldn't say I'm a bad friend.
No.
If I get worked up, and I feel like anyone's like that though, as soon as like you mess up something small. Yesterday, I left in a hurry and I forgot to take snacks I promised to take from my house, and I got really annoyed with myself. Now I'm like, yeah, I forgot to take snacks. Okay, whatever, we had fun.
Oh my god, one of my biggest flaws is when I get annoyed, I suddenly, even if it's not like at myself, I'm annoyed at something, and then I get annoyed that I'm annoyed, and then I get annoyed at myself.
I've witnessed it so many times.
It's so annoying.
It just unfolds somehow.
Suddenly I'm like, look at this mess around me.
And I'm like, things are fine. But I'd say like, I have flaws as a person.
Yes.
But those flaws don't make me a bad friend.
I think you're a good friend. A really good friend. I mean, I wouldn't be friends with you if you were a bad friend. And I accept all of your flaws, and I know that you're gonna work with them, and I'm gonna help you. Yes. Thank you.
Also, I feel like you're a bad friend if you don't acknowledge you've been a bad friend. But also,
Amen.
Bad friend does not necessarily equal bad person, because you can grow.
You can be a good friend, but at times be a bad friend.
Yes, and also, I think your intentions measure a lot of that. If you've been a bad friend to someone but haven't meant it, you are still a good person. If you've been a bad friend to someone and wanted to hurt this person, I'm sorry, but get some help. You're not being a good person.
For a while ago, I had said something that you felt not good about. So you told me, and like, we worked that out. And I was like, I'm so sorry that I made you feel that way. That wasn't what I meant.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah,
and I told you in the initial thing, I was like, I know you didn't mean it. However, this did happen.
Yeah, but that was being a good friend, telling me, being honest. See?
Yeah.
Honesty.
It works. That's been like my entire 2020 so far. I've been like, wow, maybe
honesty
this honesty thing actually, maybe it was like not crazy.
I think if you're gonna take one thing from this video, it's that honesty with yourself, with everyone in your life. Honesty doesn't mean telling everything you think about. It's telling things that are important and matter.
And another thing to take from this video is your friendships do ultimately reflect your self-worth. Like the way you treat other people reflects how you treat yourself. People you surround yourself do reflect who you are, but they also affect who you are. Friends are the family we choose. And it's incredibly important to nurture your friendships around you, because you know, someone might not have the best situation at home, or, you know, they might have an amazing situation at home, but terrible friends. Ultimately, it's still the people in your life.
When I think about my best friends, I see them in my family. They really are the family I have chosen.
Yeah.
And you can choose that. Your family, you cannot choose, because
well, you're kind of born into it.
But what you can choose is your friends. So make good choices. Honestly, this sounds so cliche, but just listen to your heart and your gut.
Yes.
You really, you know. When you're around those people, you know how you feel.
Also, listen to your friends, because sometimes your head and your heart can try and mess with you when you're in a tricky situation in your life.
Talk to people, listen to them, and listen to yourself, and
go into friendships with an open mind and an open heart, but also with confidence in yourself.
This video literally never ends. Okay, I'm not even sorry that this video is so long. I think we've talked about
this is a topic that could be discussed for hours.
Absolutely.
On hours.
I still hope you've really enjoyed this, and you've
gotten something out of it. I think we've wanted to like make a more serious video for a while. I think about a year ago we realized that all our videos are really silly, which we absolutely love.
It's
making
amazing.
Our stupid head empty videos. Like the amount of times I've seen our Kiss Marry Kill video, I think I'm most of like the views on.
We have
They're
so much
amazing.
Fun. We have so much fun filming then. But also, that's not
our entire friendship.
Yes.
Oh my god. Wait, with this video we're showing that friendships have multiple layers. Two Virgos doing good job. Yes.
If you have enjoyed this, hit thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you'd like to see us babble even more, and me babble about a lot of things, because this is my channel.
And if anyone wants to like comment down below, like if you feel comfortable or like feel like you have something valuable to share,
Amanda will be in the comments as well, chatting.
I have a laptop with a working keyboard now.
Listen, I promise I'm gonna get better at replying to you faster.
When you try your best and you succeed.
Success. Premium success. I feel like our friendship is premium success.
This is premium success right here. What's friendship to you? Premium success.
I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye. You're so cute. Smile. Smile. Look, she's smiling. That's a little smile. Okay. Bye-bye.